Hello, everyone. Diana Rankin here, and it's a Friday morning. I am coming on at a different time. I thought I would try different times and see if perhaps we'll have a little less trouble with the video. The audio seems to be coming through fine, but we're having trouble with the visuals. So hopefully this time might work better. I don't honestly know what's going on. I don't know if it's my internet connection. I re-downloaded and did everything all new. Hi, Wendy. Thank you. I'm so good to see you. Let me know how the video, if it's coming through clearly this week. Hopefully, don't know. They're working on the lines around here, the electrical lines. So I don't know if that's affecting it. I don't know if the storms that we've had across the country, if that's affecting it. All I know is we've had some difficulty with the visual part of the weekly messages. So hopefully this week it's clear, because on my screen it's clear. So you out there have to tell me. So Wendy, so glad you're with us. Glad to see you. So maybe we'll change to this time if it works better. We'll just have to try different times, and maybe that's when all the kids are getting out of school and on their computers at home. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. So here we go. Welcome, everybody. So glad to see you. As you know, we will get a message from Phillip. We will answer one of your questions first, and it is a little lengthy, so I want to get right to it quickly here. But those of you who watch our channel, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you. And we will answer any questions that you have, but we do ask that you keep the questions more esoteric, of interest to all of our viewers. For those of you who have private questions, I am available for private sessions, or we do every other month. I'm doing a Zoom Sacred Circle, and you can ask private questions in the Sacred Circle. For more information on that or how to contact me, my website, it's basically just my name, www.dianarankin.com. So go to my website and learn all about what you need to ask questions about. And please just feel free to give me a phone call if you have a question. We will also get our soul message this week from one of my books. And on my website, you can read about my other books. But this one is the Master's Book of Phillip, the Master's Book of Answers by Phillip, who is my spirit guide. So this week, our question of the week is, Phillip has said that only a few humans have the capability to heal their own physical bodies. How have these humans attained that ability? Can those of us who do not have this ability take steps to begin to learn? I love your questions, because I always think, I know the answer to that. Yeah, right. And I always learn something new every week. So thank you so much. I have long said, the more I know, the more I recognize I don't know very much. So here we go. Here's what Phillip had to say. Let us first clarify that all humans are able to heal their human bodies, but few are able to do so because of their lack of knowledge, discipline, and motivation. I found that right there interesting, especially the motivation. Let us also add that many humans heal their bodies all the time, often with the help of medicines and medical trained personnel. I clarify these two statements that seem contradictory. Let us look at what we mean by healing the physical body. There are multiple degrees or levels, shall we say, to healing. To begin, the first level of healing refers to a physical issue in the physical body. This may be a cut on the finger, for example, or it may mean a serious illness. The amount of healing needed depends on the seriousness of the issue. A cut or scrape may be healed instantly, within a few hours or days, or it may become infected and take medical help and even medicine to cure it. If a person is able to heal their body, they may simply look at the cut and, with prayer and gratitude and full awareness of their true nature, Got to turn the page. Begin to experience the wound healed. The healer must also be aware of the mind's thoughts and be attuned to the spirit self. They may also work with healers in spirit world. As you can see, there is a great deal that goes into healing, even at this very simple wound need for healing. Even when working with healers in the third dimension, there must be belief in the ability to heal for healing to take place. This is why we have censured dimensions many healers. These healers may be called nurses, doctors, therapists, and so on. They may also be scientists who discover medicine to treat illnesses. They may be energy workers and those who work with herbs or stones. You have many healers and types of healers, but they cannot heal the body. They are merely the channel for healing to take place. It is dependent upon the person to accept the healing or not. In this way, everyone heals their bodies. However, we believe the question refers to healing the body without any aids. This is where most humans fail. We do suggest using the healing aids we have provided in the forms we've mentioned. For those who wish to enter the journey of self-healing without aid, it is merely a step along the spiritual journey, an advanced journey's step. It begins in the mind. The question is to be asked, what purpose is this hurt, cut, illness? What is its purpose? The soul's answer is to be studied. For example, let us use the idea of a simple cut. By looking at the reason behind the cut, we may learn we are asked to increase awareness. If our reaction to the cut was anger, we may learn about an anger we carry that needs to be acknowledged and healed. If the illness is of a serious nature, we may have carried it over from another lifetime or agreed while in spirit world to experience the illness in this lifetime. The reasons for doing so are varied. A human who has evolved to this level of self-healing of which we now speak will ask and answer this question rapidly. And I had the feeling rapidly meant instantly. The healing human now understands any corrections that need to be made. Those corrections are then made for all past, present, and future lives. This can be done because it is known, understood, and experienced that all is in the moment. So to be a self-healer without aids, we first have to ask the question, what is this wound or illness? What is its purpose in my life? And then we have to heal it in past, present, and future dimensions and times. Next, the healing human sees the body as light. This is the third process. It may be one light or a series of small lights swirling. The nature of the light depends upon the wound and the healing human. Light of both natures may be seen. The human healer knows and understands and experiences the body as energy. So it is merely moving the energy to heal the wound or illness. The human healer must be aware of whether or not the wound or illness is to be left behind or kept with the body. This is why the human need know the purpose of the wound or illness. You know, as I read this again, because I was questioning the motivation, and the dedication, and what all was involved. And as I read this, I'm still just in awe of what it does take without an aid. Again, if we use an aid, a person or a medicine, we are still healing our own bodies. But what the question is about, what if we aren't using aids? And it's pretty involved, isn't it? And advanced. Healing takes place on the human level, within the mind, and along the soul's path. As you can see of its depth, you can glimpse as to our reasons for saying few are able to heal without aid from human healers and their aids. All humans have the ability to heal their own bodies, and all do with healing aids. To begin the healing journey in this lifetime begins with the desire. Simply stating the clear intent will begin the journey. Once begun, a wound will appear. Know that it is there and begin to understand its meaning. In doing so, you are beginning to heal yourself. We caution all listening. This is a journey. We stress the word journey. The use of medical aids does not mean you have failed. Quite the opposite. For to be a human healer of one's body requires the highest form of respect and love for oneself. Respect and love for oneself requires allowing the human ego to step aside so the spirit self can guide. The spirit self may put in front of you a healing aid. This is to be used. To do otherwise is the ego speaking, which prolongs the journey, for the love and respect of self would then be absent. The healing journey begins with love. Love begins with loving oneself. Whew! There's a lot there, isn't there? Last evening, I was having a conversation with a friend about this particular answer. And a couple of things came up that I just want to clarify here. One of the things is that healing doesn't always mean taking away the illness or the wound. If we came in for a particular purpose with that wound or with that illness, it may be we are to heal the body of it, or it may be the healing is to not let it leave the body. That's a little complicated, I know. But there are reasons that illnesses, that we have illnesses, and that's a whole nother question and a whole nother video. So I won't go into it. As Phillip said, those reasons are varied. But I just wanted to make that clear at the end. If we have an illness and we're not healing it with or without aids, that doesn't mean we're not healing it. It just means it may be this lifetime it's not to be healed, that it may take more than one lifetime to actually heal the illness. Or it may be we came in with that particular illness in order to create awareness of it for others. There are many, many reasons. So I think as I think about what Phillip said here today, it tells me a couple of things. One, use the aids, whether it's a Tylenol or an aspirin or a vaccine, or to go to the doctor, or whatever that aid is, whether it's a stone or a massage healer, whatever that aid is, a doctor or a nurse, or again, whatever, a liquid that we drink, like taking care of our bodies by taking in fruits and vegetables, whatever the healing aid is, we're healing our bodies by using that aid. And the healer is only an aid to help us heal our own bodies. The other thing I took away from this is whenever we have a wound, cut our hand, I'll stop and I'll look at that now, and I'll ask myself, what's the purpose behind this wound? And it might be just slow down, or watch what you're walking into, be greater awareness, or look at what the answer is behind that. And that's the first step in self-healing. And then, of course, the other thing is healing is in many, many forms. And so we can't never, ever judge what another's healing journey is. Those are the takes that I took away from it. Hello, Juliet. She said she just caught the end of this. Your video quality was perfect. Glad internet is restored. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. And Wendy, so glad you're here with us. And Juliet, so glad you're here with us. And again, I'm so grateful for the questions that you all send in. Thank you. Here we go. Let's see what we have for this week. And what we do is we just flip to a page till our finger stops. And, I use this book every day when I sit down in the morning after my meditation and I journal, or sometimes I journal before the meditation. And then I get a message from Phillip from this book for what do I need for this day. So that's the way to use it. Or if you have a question, you just open to a page and there's your answer. And these are usually answers you do have to think about a little bit. So I'm hearing the right. If you heard right, then you and I are in sync. If you heard left, then that's a message that you're supposed to get. So I have people that tell me they always get the opposite of me and the message always fits. So here we go. This is our message for everybody. And I love it because this has a lot to do with, of course, our question, the answer to the viewer's question. Is not reality relative to your viewpoint? Just as excuse me, let me say that again. Is not reality relative to your viewpoint? Just as the words of the fiction writer become real to the reader as the characters born of imagination become alive and take on their own reality, you also pen the script that is your reality. Here we go. I'll read it again. Is not reality relative to your viewpoint? Just as the words of the fiction writer become real to the reader as the characters born of imagination become alive and take on their own reality, you also pen the script that is your reality. Now, if you heard left, this is a message for you. That which you dream is that which you live. That which you dream is that which you live. So, my friends, let's dream health, wellness for all of us, ourselves, our bodies, certainly, and for all of our people in the world. Right now, the world needs a lot of prayer. We're dealing with the realities of climate change. We're dealing with, here in the US, we're dealing with seeing our democracy in question, falling apart. I have hope. I have great hope. I have hope every time I look at the sunrise. I have hope when I step outside and see the country stars up in the sky and can see the Milky Way. I have hope every time I look in Daisy Dog's eyes or every time Lily lays on my arm and purrs. I have hope every time somebody smiles at me and we have our mask on, but we see the smiles with their eyes. I have hope every time I watch a stranger do something nice for another stranger. I have hope every time a friend calls me and tells me, hey, how are you? I have hope every time for so many reasons, because I do believe there is kindness in our world. I do believe there is goodness in our world. And I do believe that we may go through a rough spot. We may face the shadow, but we are strong enough to bring out the sunshine. So, my friends, go bring out the sunshine today in your life, because we all know, scientists tell us, the sunshine helps heal our bodies. And I'm talking about the inner sunshine, not just the outer sunshine. The outer sunshine, we need that vitamin D as well, but we don't want to overexpose either. But what I want you to know is there is hope. Don't lose it. All right, my friends, I love you. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Thank you for the love that you receive. Thank you for the love that you send. Until the next time, I love you, my friends. Thank you.